Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you joined me today. This actually wasn't the video I was planning on uploading today. I had a different one scheduled, but this just happened and I feel like I need to talk about it. By the way, I am joined by my little sidekick and co-host, Crew. Crew, say hi to everybody. Anyway, I hope it's okay that I'm holding him. My husband's out and he is awake from a nap, so I'm just gonna let him hang out with me while I make this video. So let me preface this by saying I have not experienced hardly any scams in the last 5 years of selling on eBay. In my experience, they're incredibly rare, and I think I've only experienced this one other time, again in 5 years, over thousands of transactions. But it's one that I haven't really seen before, and I wanted to share it with you guys just in case this comes up for you too. You can kind of keep a lookout for the warning signs of this kind of scam. So here is what happened. Somebody purchased some brand new with tags pants from me. They were a $70 item plus shipping, and usually when I'm shipping out my orders in the morning, I'm not looking at the address. I'm just shipping and moving on. If it's an international buyer, I go through generally eBay's global shipping program, so again, I just don't really pay attention to that. I ship my orders so we can all move on and I can be done. Usually I'm in a rush to get them done before package pickup comes. So this particular day, when somebody ordered some pants brand new with tags, I didn't even think twice when it was just shipped off to Delaware. I thought, well, this is just a domestic sale. I deal with these all the time. I'll just ship it and move on. But then weeks later, I get a message from the buyer saying there's a hole in her pants and she's really upset. Now, I'll admit sometimes I make a mistake and I don't look at things super close, and when this happens and it is my fault, I will totally refund the buyer and just move on and say I'm really sorry, give them a good experience, and let it go. Because things like this do take mental energy to deal with and fight. But this time around, I knew for a fact these were not damaged. I pulled them out of their brand new with tags plastic when I listed them. And the hole in question looked suspiciously like a scissor cut. So immediately I decided I'm not just gonna let this one slide. So my first response was, you know, if there is a defect, you can send it back and I'll give you a refund. But I wanted it shipped back to me. And that was because I thought even with a small hole like that, I could still resell it. And I didn't want to just lose this almost $70 sale and the return shipping. Even though I knew it wasn't my fault, I was like, maybe it was a mistake and I will just get it returned to me and I can relist it and recoup some costs there. But then the buyer proceeds to tell me that they are now international and that shipping it back will cost an extra $50 on top of the item $70 that it sold for, and that they would send me an invoice to cover their cost of shipping. So I was like, no, all returns have to go through eBay. I am not just gonna fund you $50 to ship this internationally. And that's what caused me to look at the address, because I was like, I'm pretty sure this isn't an international sale and I'm pretty sure it wasn't a global shipping program sale. Those sales go to Kentucky and they go to eBay's international shipping center and then they ship them off, and you just pay the domestic fee and the buyer on their end pays a lot more. That's how the eBay global shipping program works. But this was not a global shipping program sale, and it was not an international sale. It was shipped to Delaware. So I messaged the buyer back and I let them know I'm not gonna be doing that. That's outside of eBay's jurisdiction. You have to submit all returns right in eBay. And then they messaged me back saying, well, this is unfair. I have a defective item. I want you to partially refund me at least half. And that's when I looked into it a little bit more. Like I mentioned earlier, I looked at the address to make sure it wasn't an international sale, and it wasn't. And what happened was it was sent to an address in Delaware that when I looked it up and did a Google search, I saw at the top of the Google search in the eBay community feed, this is a scam address. Also, I want to add that this buyer had a lot of feedback, so it wasn't a zero feedback buyer, which again didn't make me suspicious at first. So when I looked up this address, here's what came up. Please be aware of this address. It appears that it is a hot scammer address. Fraudsters are using this address to forward shipment to a new address, which is an industrial zone. And when I looked it up, it is a freight forwarding company. So in my instance, the buyer didn't retroactively, after buying it, ask me to change the address. If they had done that, if you change the address after someone has purchased something, you're not protected in eBay anymore. And a lot of people know this, and so they ask you to change the address after they have already purchased the item so that you then ship to the new address. eBay sees that you changed the address and you're not protected or covered anymore as a seller. So then the buyer can message you later, get a refund, and that's just one way some of these scammers get around eBay's policies. But this person didn't do that. the original address they had me ship it to was this address in Delaware. And I am seeing dozens and dozens of comments from other eBay sellers in the last year or two who have shipped things to this address and had major problems later. Here's one other eBay seller in this forum from May. I had someone recently purchase a phone, and the way they were acting over email was so odd. I've never encountered anything like it. Rapid fire emails, weird questions, demanding answers. It made me Google the address for more information, and this came up, so I canceled the sale. I think that was really smart, and I just want you guys to be aware of this address. And then I saw this comment. This address belongs to a freight forwarding company, which delivers items in Georgia, the country, not the state. I am a Georgian, and we don't have alternatives of purchasing items from eBay or other websites. So, putting the pieces together, what this buyer did is they live in Georgia, the country, and they use this freight forwarding company to buy things. When they purchase something on eBay, it gets delivered to this Delaware address, and then they are responsible for handling it and sending it off to this foreign address in Georgia. So what I think happened is the freight forwarding company damaged the item, then sent it off to the buyer, who is now trying to blame me and trying to get a partial refund. And what made me think of that scissor cut was one time I was shipping something to an APO address, which is like a military base, and someone received their shoes with a huge gash in it, which looked like a box cutter gash. And my guess was that people opening the package to inspect it before giving it to this APO address had ruined the item. So I went ahead and refunded them in that case. This was years ago, even though it was clearly whoever opened it to inspect it, their fault. But now I'm not gonna go ahead and take the blame for this. So I messaged the buyer back and I said, I looked up the address, you're using a freight forwarding company, my guess is that they damaged it, and now you are outside of eBay buyer protection, which is true. Buyers are not covered under eBay buyer protection if an item is shipped to another address after its original delivery. So she knew that she couldn't go through eBay to get a refund or get her money back. I don't know if she's gonna fight with the freight forwarding company to get a refund or get her money back, but I kind of let her know that if you're trying to get money from me, it's not gonna happen. Now, what could happen from here is she could leave me a negative feedback in eBay. If she does that, I'm pretty confident that I can call eBay and get that removed. I will keep you guys in the loop with what happens with this later on. So what are the lessons to be learned here? I guess number one is when someone's demanding a partial refund, you don't have to do that. That's actually what they call an eBay feedback extortion. If ever they say, you need to give me a partial refund or else I'm gonna leave a negative feedback or else I'm gonna whatever, you don't have to do that and you shouldn't do that. I'm not saying never do a partial refund. I think it's legitimate if, like, I personally make an actual mistake on my item. There are times that I will say, I'm sorry, I'll give you this partial refund, or you can just send it back for a full refund and then I'll relist it and recoup the money there. Sometimes I just don't want to deal with the return, and so yeah, I'll give like a partial refund. But really what you should do is get the item back, inspect it yourself, and relist it. And what you'll find is that a lot of buyers aren't really willing to do that, and so they'll just try to get money back from you in another way. But just know that you never have to give a partial refund. You can either get the item back and list it again and give the buyer a full refund, or do nothing at all, but a buyer can't demand it. Second, you should never ever change the address after someone's bought something. You can cancel the order and say it was buyer requested since they did ask you to change the address, or just say it was an undeliverable address and you shouldn't get a defect. Yes, you lose the sale, but you're also protecting yourself in case something like this happens. Again, if you change the address after the sale is made, you are not protected as a seller. And third, watch out for this address, 8 McCullough Drive in Newcastle, Delaware, or McCullough Drive in general, Newcastle, Delaware. If something looks suspicious, if something looks fishy, if the address looks weird, if the buyer's asking you, emailing you a bunch of questions, and you're a little bit suspicious, it's a good idea to just Google the address, and you will find out after Googling the address what it is and what they do, and that's how I found out that this address was a freight forwarding company. And fourth, I guess, is if someone receives an item and claims it was damaged and you don't think it was, I think it's a good idea to research that address, and then again, if it's a freight forwarding address, you are not liable and that buyer is not protected. Did we learn an important lesson? So yeah, like I said, I really rarely come across scammers. I'm not even sure that this person was technically trying to scam me, but they were using a freight forwarding service, and the fact that they're trying to get money back from me or insist on a refund for something I didn't do, I guess for me falls in the scam territory. So beware of this, beware of this address. I see here on another Google search that somebody sold a Rolex watch to this address. I have been scammed. I sold a Rolex watch to a customer for $2,000. The payment was processed on PayPal, the buyer's name and address, so it was submitted. Just prior to packaging the watch for shipment, I received a new email that requested I send the watch to Delaware instead of Texas. The email basically says I need to change the address. Here's a picture of my new address. Please send it there. And it's that freight forwarding address that I just mentioned. So unfortunately, this buyer with the Rolex watch sent it to this new address, was no longer protected, and now the buyer can claim they never got it or any number of things, said it was damaged, and just get a full refund. I will let you know if I get negative feedback from this buyer. I will let you know if I come into any more issues. I really do think eBay will have my back with this one though, because I can kind of prove that it was a freight forwarding service and that the buyer is no longer protected under eBay buyer protections. This guy's not fooled. This guy right here knows. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to make this video for you and just let you know, if you see any addresses in the Newcastle, Delaware area that look suspicious, look them up. It could be freight forwarding, and just be on the alert for it. And I think most of all, just please don't change the address after someone's bought something. It's a really bad idea. You are not protected as a seller, especially if it's a really expensive item. It's just not a good idea. You won't be covered and the buyer can totally scam you. And in addition to that, if a buyer is demanding a refund or a partial refund and is not willing to return the item, you are not liable. You don't have to refund them, and eBay can step in and help. So I would love your thoughts below. Has this happened to you? Do you have your stories? What did I miss? Comment down below. And if this video helped you, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. Thanks again, you guys. I appreciate you. Take care, and I will catch you next time.